What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 213 of the Ted Jones World Podcast. If you tuned into episode 212, you'll know that we had a student of economic history, James Lowe, on the podcast. James, one of my buddies from college who I haven't seen in about 7 or 8 years. And the reason I brought him on the podcast was because he was unvaccinated, but he really did have a lot of interesting things to say, and it was definitely very clear that he had done his research prior to hopping on the podcast. And, you know, when people do say, like, oh, I want to do my research before I get vaccinated, I don't want to make, like, a really quick decision, and then later on in life I might end up being regretful for taking it. So James did a good job, you know, in terms of describing what he kind of thought and getting together this vaccine. He thought it was a little bit too quick, but, you know, that's been said before in society. You know, we did all kind of have an initial, like, oh, wow, this came out like within 6 to 7 months. Like, is this going to be okay to take? Well, a lot of us were like, all right, whatever, just give me whatever will keep us the safest from the coronavirus. He has been hesitant to take it. And, you know, I think that when you listen to what James was saying, you know, you think anti-vax, but he also was saying, like, he doesn't give a shit if other people are vaxxed or not, or, you know, people around him are unvaccinated, vaccinated, it doesn't matter to him. But I think that there is something to be said for kind of letting people do what they want, which what he was saying, like, there shouldn't be mandates. And I think when there was a true issue in, like, hospital bed situation, like, yes, there should be mandates and stuff like that. And there is something to be said for having the power in the people, you know, having the people decide if they want to open their businesses and if they want to close it, or let people in with masks, without masks, whatever it was. But, you know, he refers to they a bunch in the episode, and that's when it gets, like, a little bit unclear. You don't really know sometimes who he's talking about. But I think it was definitely enlightening to have somebody on the other side of the spectrum, somebody who's not vaccinated, kind of come on the podcast and discuss what he was talking about. And the information that he was putting forward on the podcast, I mean, maybe some of it was vague, but some of it he did actually have good numbers and good thoughts on the issues at hand. So, guys, on a lighter note, but not even really a freaking lighter note, I started watching EUPHORIA, finished the first season in like 4 days, and I realized I look like that guy. Is it Nate Jacobs? I realized I look like him. I do not believe I act like him. You know, for the most part, guys, I'm a very nice guy. I don't have pictures of guys' wieners in my phone. But, you know, this guy, Nate Jacobs, is a funny character, and I've been watching EUPHORIA. If you guys have not watched EUPHORIA, I suggest watching it, but, like, watch it with someone else because it's scary, all right? Watching that first season, I was watching, like, almost an episode and a half a day, and it gets scary, all right? Just like the drugs, the darkness, it's scary. So I wouldn't recommend starting it alone, okay? That's for sure. Speaking of starting alone, I had a date last week. I thought it went better than it did. You know, I was, like, enjoying myself, whatever. We were having a good time, blah, blah. And then we were maybe going to see each other again. And then she was like, oh, I think we're looking for different things. And I totally agree with her. You know, like, you sometimes just get caught up in, like, oh, this would be great. Wouldn't this be great? And then it ends up not being so great. So it's like 6:15 right now. Just woke up from a nap. This is, like, one of the later naps I'll ever wake up from. Ooh, the seltzer bubbles got me, guys. 1 second. Ooh, it's creeping up. My bad. This is unprofessional. If you're watching on Spotify, watching on YouTube, hello, and click the link in this video, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you guys are watching this. We have March dates of the Ted Jones Comedy Show. And if you are in Miami this coming weekend, Sunday, February 20th, President's Day, I will be at the Miami Improv with Hannah Berner, opening for her. It's going to be amazing. It'll be like the same situation as I've told you guys in the past when we went to Bridgeport. I'll do like 10, 15 minutes on the top, introducing Hannah, and I'm sure she'll do like 45, 55 minutes. Who knows? But looking forward to that. I'll be down with my dad for a few days, guys, and it'll be nice to get down to Florida. All right? It was 60 degrees the other day here in New York City, and now it's freaking 18. Doesn't make any sense. Today, I even skipped my ice-cold coffee. That's how cold it was, okay? The coffee addiction is usually pretty serious, but when it's 18 degrees, I can't motivate myself to get off my butt and go get a coffee. That's just how it is. It sounds crazy, but, like, you know, maybe the coffee addiction is not as bad as I once have thought, okay? Because, like, if it was really as bad as other addictions, like, if I was in Breaking Bad and I was trying to get that blue crystal, you know what I mean? I'd be on the street. Boom, boom, boom. Chop, chop. Ready to go, ready to get it. But, like, it's funny how shows just keep glorifying drugs. Like, especially the show EUPHORIA, the drugs are flying. And, like, Rue, who's Zendaya, like Rue is the character in the show. She does such a good job of playing a drug addict. I tell you, for real, like a 17-year-old kid, always just a mess, and like she glorifies it. Okay, like this has been an issue from parents in the past, mothers against drunk driving, being like, these shows are glorifying drugs. I'm not gonna say that they're not, because it really looks like they are. There are, like, if she like is not feeling 100%, she'll take an Adderall to line everything back up and keep her at equilibrium, like something that Jordan Belfort was doing in The Wolf of Wall Street. So as this show goes on, I hope she gets healthier, but apparently the show just gets darker, and like, I don't know what season you guys are on now. I mean, what season episode? I believe it's probably like season 2, episode 6 or something. So I look to catch up, and Euphoria, good show. I could recommend this on HBO. Definitely scary, so don't watch it alone, okay? We will have comedy night with Ted Jones vlog tomorrow, and you guys will see how the show went. The show did go great. I wish the turnout was a little bit better, but hey, that's comedy life for you guys, eh? And we still always do get good turnouts at the Ted Jones Comedy Show or Comedy Night with Ted Jones, so just make sure you check the link in this Instagram bio, and if you guys are in Miami this week, this Sunday, this weekend, you let me know. And would love to have you at that show. I don't believe I can get you free tickets, but would love you at that show. Would love to see you there. That'd be great. Guys, double sweated out today. These blue sweatpants, I don't know if it goes with the up top black sweatshirt. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do out here. Alert, also, I've begun to stop trying to bite my nails. So like the past 72 hours, I've made it clear in my head that I got to stop biting my nails. And it's gotten better. The thing is with nails, your nails really do heal itself pretty quick. I'm impressed by that. Like if you don't touch your nails, like 12 hours later, they actually will look way better than the previous 12. I think nails might heal faster than any part of your body. Is that true? Somebody looked that up for me. And then if you get your arm cut off, you never grow it back. That doesn't make any sense. I'm here for AI to fix that, to help us walk if we need to walk again. If we're blind and we need to see again, hear, taste, fix our senses. If we lose both of our arms, there's no reason our arms shouldn't be growing back. I don't even know why, like, what in the simulation, why did they not make that we can grow our limbs back? We would be, like, so much more aggressive in everything that we do, I feel like, if we could grow our limbs back. Like, we'd be fighting tigers in the woods. Think about that lady who worked at the Tiger King Zoo. She'd have her arm back, the lady who got her arm bit off. No, but that's something that's definitely missing. Like, how did the simulation not allow us to regrow our limbs? By the way, as I'm talking about this, my right arm is pulsating. Maybe it's because I did legs at the gym today. That wouldn't really make any sense. Apparently legs, though, good for your testosterone, so here I am, sore from leg day. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm staying at my dad's house in Miami. I haven't had a staycation with my father in, I don't know, probably 7 years since the last time I was likely living at home. Is it going to be fun? Yeah, it's going to be great. I absolutely can't wait. Going to stay in my dad's apartment in Florida, get a couple days of tan, come back up here, and then we'll be at the Ted Jones Comedy Show on Monday, February 21st. This Monday, guys, 7 p.m. Check the link in this YouTube video, Instagram, wherever you guys are watching this. Just check the link right there, and you'll get to that show. Super great lineup, and, the next 5 or 6 shows are going to be friggin' hot. Every show is hot, all right? I don't need to be so dramatic about it because you guys already know today is Valentine's Day as I am recording this. Wow. Single, but, ready to mingle, as they as they say, guys. If you're single, write into the podcast, TEDJONESWORLD@gmail.com. Let me know how you're spending your Valentine's Day. Or if you're not single, you're with your baby mama, you're with your boyfriend, you're with your girlfriend, let me know how you guys are freaking celebrating your holiday. I want to know, is it chocolates, roses, vegan chocolate, roses on the bed, rose petal? You proposing today? I don't think Valentine's Day is the best day to propose, but hey, what do I know? I don't have a girlfriend, spouse, baby mama, whatever. You propose whatever day you want to. The Super Bowl the other day was definitely very fresh. All right, we had the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Los Angeles Rams, and Los Angeles Rams took it. They just look like the better team. Came down to the wire for the most part. And, Super Bowl's a fun game to watch. I know in the past I've talked shit about football, but, you know, just because so many people are still playing football, I just worry about these guys. You see ex-NFL players like Antonio Brown going a little bit loco just from being hit in the head so many times. And you see these older football players, a guy like Jim McMahon, old quarterback. You've just been hit so many times in the head. It affects your body. We need more health care for them after the game. You know? I'm just here being a player's advocate, I think. Just being an advocate for the people, as James Lowe would definitely like for me to say. Let people decide what they want to do. Also, that girl from Ozarks who, like, freaks out on the family. You guys know what I mean? I'm going to fucking kill him. If you guys watch Ozarks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She is Anna Delvey in this other movie on Netflix, Inventing Anna. Anna Delvey was this girl who, like, basically almost stole $40 million of a loan from a bank to, like, open up some art place in the 20s in Park Avenue. I think it was like 21st and Park, something like that. So she made up this story about how she was a German heiress. All of her money was overseas, and she was looking to get a loan in the United States, and was hanging around and smoozing and with all these rich guys. And then when it came down to it, she almost got a loan for $40 million when she had no money in the bank, which is crazy. But when you think, though, I mean, it's not out of the question for that to happen to a guy. I mean, would a guy go to jail if you were to ambitiously try and take out that much money in the bank with not having that much money in the bank, you know, to show that you're good for it? But there is something to be said for Anna Delvey, like, swindling her friends out of, like, dinner money, making her friends pay her money from shopping. Because, like, it wasn't like a Ponzi scheme like that guy, the Tinder swindler, but she definitely had her hands in her friend's pocket. You know what I'm saying? Wow, that nap, guys, was gorgeous. When's the last time you napped? Was it 30 years ago? 30 weeks ago? You got to enjoy a good nap. So this is a little insider behind-the-scenes story. So I was auditioning for this thing at an improv theater, and we had to do like just a variety audition. So I just did stand-up for 3 people. It was like one of the funnier things I've ever done. I think it went really well. We'll see what happens, but I was just doing stand-up comedy in front of 3 people sitting in front of me with no microphone. So I was like using my hands. I was like, oh, you know, fellow Americans. So I was like, Bill Clinton. But the good Bill Clinton. By the way, I want to go back in reverse and talk about Nate Jacobs. All right, guys, I'm not like Nate Jacobs. All right, I just look like him. I could do a killer Australian accent. But besides that, that's it. That's the only thing in common that we have, all right? We look alike. I don't actually have pictures of wieners on my phone. I was just joking. It's a TV character, okay? Not real. My little sister invited me to dinner tonight. Thanks, clones, but it's just too darn cold, okay? I can't front, guys. It's too cold. Like, sometimes when it's too cold, you just don't want to go out and do anything. You know, you just rather eat chickpeas out of the can and in the comfort of your own kitchen. Yes, you guys heard correctly. I'm eating chickpeas out the can. Chickpeas out the can. You know what I would love? If, like, a light would tell you when it has, like, 100 hours left. I mean, obviously there's no way, but the fact that lights last so long is an absolute miracle. Don't get me wrong, okay? But, like, my living room light, I haven't changed it in, let's say, at least 6 months, all right? And there's 4 lights in there. So if, let's say, each of them lasts about 6 months, it's just a jam now because I know that the life cycle of the other 3, as soon as one goes out, I'm screwed. You know, but having like 2,000 hours on a light, I tell you, that's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Thomas Edison. Thank you, Nikola Tesla. You guys are fresh. If you guys didn't know, Nikola Tesla basically created electricity, and then Thomas Edison kind of commercialized it. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion, me being an American here, but hey, me being an American here, I am a little bit afraid if Russia goes to war with Ukraine, all right? Because Joe Biden was saying that, you know, it's not going to be such good news for Russia in terms of the United States' help in the United States front if we do go to war. And also China and Taiwan, like that would also be an issue because we Americans would need to back them up too. It's kind of a jam that we are not friends with like the 2 other massive nations in the world. Or we all are friends with them, but like, I don't know. We had a Cold War with freaking Russia. You know, our tensions aren't so great with China. we should just be friends with the big guys in the park these days, you know? Because the United States, China, and Russia, we're not always on the same page. And guys, we just want peace in society. Do you not want peace? I want peace. And the people will say, one day, you know what I mean, Modest Yahoo? Yeah, just we need peace, all right? People need to compromise. Compromise is the equalness, okay? Compromise equals peace. If we all just compromise, if we were like, all right, let's limit the cash that a company can make at $100 billion a year, something like that, then that could be reasonable. It could be compromised. Then we use that money for other good things. James was also talking about depopulation. And I don't know, I pick and choose what I agree with in that episode and like what I was listening to also in that episode. But I think you guys should listen and kind of think for yourselves. And that's how it goes just for most things in life. You got to think, listen for yourself, and be open to changing your opinion on things. I'd say that's very important. Also, in like an industry that I'm in, like I take a lot of maybe positive criticism, negative criticism, and you kind of just pick and choose what you want to listen to. For the most part, you don't listen to anybody. But if somebody has something interesting to say, you listen, open up your ears, and could be good advice. You never know. Also, these glasses look like the Tinder swindler's glasses. That might be a little bit true. Guys, vintage seltzer being one of my favorite drinks. Tongue twister of a drink. Vintage seltzer, vintage seltzer, vintage seltzer. Ooh, I said it 3 times in a row. Not even sponsored. I do really love having guests on the pod, and especially when, I'm able to learn a thing or two, that's usually the best time. In the situation where James came on the podcast last episode, I think I actually did a really good job of letting him speak and just kind of spewing out whatever he wanted to kind of let us know on the podcast. But ultimately, guys, I think that you got to be safe, and in my humble opinion, the vaccine works. And if it doesn't fully work, it definitely gets you less sick than you would get sick if you didn't have the vaccine. All right? Those are just my thoughts. TEDJonesWorld@gmail.com. You guys send in an email. Check the link in this video for next Ted Jones Comedy Show, which is coming up this Monday. And if you guys are in Miami, come to Miami Improv this Sunday night. I'm with Hannah Berner, President's Day. So we got back-to-back shows, guys. Fly with me. Sunday night down there in Miami. Monday night up here in New York, okay? Just check the link in this video, and we'll see you at a Ted Jones Comedy Show. Comedy Night with Ted Jones, freaking with Hannah Berner on Sunday night or at another time, okay? You guys be well. Peace.